The biggest money trap for young people doesn't look dangerous at all. That's why so many people fall into it without realizing it. You start making money for the first time, and suddenly it feels like you finally deserve to enjoy life. Better clothes, better food, a nicer car, nicer experiences. Nothing seems wrong with it at first. But looking back, I realized something uncomfortable. A lot of the money I spent wasn't really about happiness. It was about trying to feel successful, trying to feel caught up, trying to prove something without saying it out loud. And the crazy part is, even while making more money, I still felt financially stressed. That's when I started understanding the difference between earning money and actually building wealth. I genuinely wish someone explained this to me earlier, because it would have saved me years of unnecessary pressure. Young people today are surrounded by constant pressure to consume. Every app, every advertisement, every algorithm is designed to make spending feel normal. You open social media and see people traveling, buying expensive things, upgrading their lifestyles, eating at expensive places, living in luxury apartments. After a while, that starts feeling like the standard. And even if you know social media isn't fully real, it still affects you psychologically. Nobody wants to feel behind. On top of that, modern spending is frictionless now. You don't even feel the pain of spending anymore. It's one tap, one swipe, monthly payments. Buy now, pay later. Everything is designed to make expensive decisions feel small. People stop asking, "Can I actually afford this?" and start asking, "Can I afford the monthly payment?" That mindset traps a lot of young people before they even realize what's happening. The biggest trap is lifestyle inflation. As income goes up, spending goes up right beside it. You get a raise, so you upgrade your apartment. Then you upgrade your car. Then your clothes. Then your habits. Then your expectations. And eventually, your entire lifestyle becomes expensive to maintain. The dangerous part is that it feels normal the entire time. Nobody wakes up trying to become financially trapped. Most people are just slowly adjusting their lifestyle every time they earn a little more money. And society rewards it. People compliment visible success. Nobody sees your savings account. Nobody congratulates you for avoiding debt. Most of the rewards are attached to appearances. That's why so many people look financially successful while quietly struggling every month. At one point, I started noticing how much of my spending was emotional. Sometimes I bought things because I was stressed. Sometimes because I felt behind. Sometimes because I wanted to feel productive or successful. And honestly, there were times I cared too much about how things looked from the outside. I thought making more money would automatically make me feel secure. But financial peace doesn't come from income alone. You can earn well and still feel trapped if your lifestyle keeps expanding with your paycheck. What changed my perspective was realizing that a lot of wealthy-looking behavior is actually financially destructive. Expensive habits can make you look rich while quietly keeping you dependent on the next paycheck. That realization changed how I viewed money completely. The biggest cost of overspending isn't always the money itself. It's the opportunity cost. A lot of young people underestimate how valuable time is financially. Small decisions repeated every month become massive over the years. A car payment might feel manageable monthly. Constant upgrades might feel harmless. But when you calculate what that money could become if invested consistently over time, the difference becomes painful. The real danger is not just losing money today. It's sacrificing future freedom for temporary satisfaction. And most people don't notice this until much later, when responsibilities increase and financial pressure starts catching up. That's why early financial habits matter so much more than people think. One thing I've learned is that social media completely distorts what success actually looks like. A lot of people are financing lifestyles they can't comfortably afford. But online, nobody sees the debt, the stress, the anxiety, or the financial insecurity behind the photos. People end up spending money for appearances, validation, or the feeling of being accepted. And slowly, consumption becomes tied to identity. But real wealth usually looks much quieter than social media suggests. A financially healthy person often looks average. They're not trying to impress everyone. They're focused on building stability, freedom, and options for the future. That mindset is much less flashy, but infinitely more valuable. Most real wealth building is boring in the beginning. Living below your means, avoiding unnecessary debt, investing consistently, building skills, increasing income slowly over time. being patient, delaying gratification. None of these things look exciting online, but they create something far more important than appearances: freedom. Freedom to make decisions without constant financial pressure. Freedom to leave unhealthy situations. Freedom to take risks later in life without being trapped by payments and obligations. That's the part many young people don't fully see yet. Wealth is less about luxury and more about control over your life. And the earlier you understand that, the more powerful it becomes. Eventually, I had to change the question I was asking myself. Instead of asking, "How do I look successful?" I started asking, "How do I become financially free?" That single shift changes everything. You stop making decisions for validation and start making decisions for peace of mind. You become less reactive, less impulsive, less influenced by what everyone else is doing. And ironically, that's usually when people become more financially confident. Because real confidence doesn't come from displaying wealth. It comes from knowing you're building a stable future for yourself. The biggest money trap for young people isn't being broke. It's spending your future trying to look successful today. And the scary part is that modern culture rewards that behavior constantly. That's why so many people fall into it without realizing it until years later. But if you recognize the trap early, you can avoid a lot of unnecessary stress. You don't need to look rich right now. You don't need to prove anything to strangers online. And you definitely don't need to finance an identity before you've built real stability. Because at the end of the day, financial freedom will always feel better than temporary validation.